A revolutionary mix of space, abstract ballet and experimental acting. In the 1920s, Ukrainian director Les Kurbas decided to change the viewer's perception of the theatre. He broke rules and ignored traditions to stage his performances.
Він справді зробив феноменальні кроки щодо як
He made a great contribution to performing art as a director. He used motion in his works, for example in the play called Gas. It's very interesting. He was one of the first to use videos in a theatrical performance. He made a montage to convey people's thoughts. He also had an unusual way of showing the transformation of actors.
Nowadays, the style of Les Kurbas is being recreated inch by inch. The legacy of the famous director was almost destroyed by the Soviet authorities. The organizers of the project realized what was happening on stage during the play called Gas by carefully studying a photograph in the Museum of New York. The picture had arrows showing how legendary Kurbas showed an explosion at a factory by asking the actors to move around the stage in a certain way.
Usually actors portray people on stage, but here actors transformed into machines and then into an explosion of an entire plant. It was one of the most interesting techniques of the time.
Researchers and fans have been collecting all kinds of memorabilia, audio recordings and documents for years. Historians even tried to guess the colours of the costumes that the actors wore on stage at that time. For this, they carefully studied the pictures in black and white. Connoisseurs also recreate the decorations used by Kurbas. We tried to apply the methods and the visual language which were used at that time. We used what we could understand from photos. We also consulted engineers and technicians who work with metal every day. They gave us some tips which we later used in the recreation. The play, called Hello on the Frequency 477, is a perfect example of a Ukrainian musical of the 1920s. Researchers have found sheet music with a jazz anthem of the city of Kharkiv, libretto, and some photographs of the scenes from the play.
It was great. There was nothing like it in the whole former Soviet Union. The scenography played a key role in Kurbas's art about Kharkiv. It was drastically modern.
Theatre critics call the so-called Kharkiv age of the Berezil theatre, where Kurbas worked as a director, the brightest one. The plays Hello on the Frequency 477, Popular Malaki, and Mina Mazailo, that became the basis for the exhibition called Kurbas in Kharkiv, looks absolutely innovative almost 90 years later.
Avant-garde, expressionism and neo-baroque symbolism. Les Kurbas discovers all the theatrical styles here on the Kharkiv stage. The Berezil theatre moved here in 1926 and operated until 1933. Then Les Kurbas was accused of counter-revolutionary activities, nationalism, and of his plays being too complicated for the mass audience. Today the name Berezil is used by the small stage of the Kharkiv Drama Theatre.